Then how was that transition? Because now you go from a team where leads are provided, you got data, you got a dialer,
it was
hopefully a CRM at this point. What was the transition like from leaving that to doing your own thing?
That transition was not easy. It was crazy. But like, luckily, like, you know, if I needed anything, I'd kind of reach out and be like, hey, could you see me cover that contract? And, you know, they got it. They understood. And, you know, they're both really good guys. And so they never had any issues with it. But it was a tough transition, man. I mean, you go from, it's ultimately going from, you know, kind of like having a job, you know, it basically be like going from a W-2 to like a 1099.
Yeah.
Because it was like, yeah, exactly like you said, you had leads provided for you. You had your dialer getting paid for it. And it's not like it's a lot or anything.
It's not a lot, but it's a monthly fee still.
Yeah, exactly. And at the time when you're not used to that kind of stuff, you hop in and you're like, wow, this is kind of crazy. So yeah, so it was a rude awakening. I remember our first deal that Jake and I did, we wholesaled for $4,000. It was in Tempe, and I got it off Craigslist. Found my first deal off Craigslist, $4,000. It was funny, man. It was this, we still have that check. We still have it in our office.
Yeah.
So we've got it, you know, because it was the first one. So
it was a struggle. So what turned around? Or how did you guys, I mean, you guys are crushing it right now. What was that beginning part for someone that's venturing off on their own, whether they're quitting a job or whatever?
Yeah. It's just learning, man. I mean, honestly, like, you know, our first year, we started in like February. We didn't even start like January. We had some other things we were, you know, getting going. But so in February, from that 10, 11 months that we did that one year, we did 72,000, I think, in wholesales. 72,000 in wholesales, right? For a first year.
We all start somewhere.
Right. No, exactly. So it's like, it was not a great year, you know? But again, no, it's just, it's literally just actually taking the time to learn how to do it and what you're doing. Right. And so from that first year of 70, you know, the next year we did 300. So we had, you know, a good growth pattern. The next year after that, we did like 650. The year after that, we did 1 million. And then after that, you know, we've been steadily over 1 million since then.
But how did you do that?
I mean, like I said, I think we went to real estate meetups. So we did real estate meetups. So we were able to kind of start, you know, meeting people that were like, hey, I'll actually buy your deals. Where it's like, you know, before you don't have these pieces in place to be able to sell your deals.
Yeah.
And so once we started going to those, then we started finding people that were like, hey, I'll buy in this area. You know, like I will buy almost anything in this area and I'll buy at a pretty good price. So then we kind of started directing our marketing towards certain people.
So you were finding buyers first.
Yes.
And then you were finding properties.
Yes.
So it's kind of like the Coronado thing you were doing earlier.
Yeah.
Right. Let's find what buyers want.
Exactly.
And then reverse wholesale this.
Yeah. I mean, that's honestly what we were doing. So I mean, like at the time, again, we didn't have connect, like, you know, we had Brent and Dustin, but they were going their own different directions with what they were doing and everything. So yeah, I mean, it was honestly, it was just basically finding out, you know, who was going to buy in what areas, and then we'll pull a list in that area and then just, you know, pound the dialer.